Americans, USA, what is a good thing about your country? The natural aspects of it are quite beautiful. And there are very diverse natural aspects. US has 63 national parks and thousands of state parks. They preserve some of America's most beautiful places. You can drive a coupe of states over and everything is different. Our national parks are amazing. They totally live up to the hype. How culturally diverse it really is. America is absolutely massive. And just driving through it you'll notice different vibes with the people even if the food chains are all the same. America is my favorite country because of the promise it was built on, peaceful coexistence between men, and the pursuit of happiness available to all. Obviously we often fall short of those ideals. We have a long way to improve throughout the future before we can really measure up to our own conception of ourselves. But the fact that those ideals have been with us since the beginning is a wonderful thing. And it's never too late to right the wrongs in our society. American pop culture post-WW1 has been the best in the world in my opinion. The music, the fashions, the architecture, the design of cars and furniture, fun Hollywood blockbusters. If a person's happiness should be their primary goal in life, as I believe it should, the Americans do it better than anyone else. The National Park System, the ADA. About 70% of Americans are really super awesome, kind, generous people. Most of the country is very beautiful. We have basically every kind of ecology here. Chinese food. Most of the people are basically good and want to help and do right thing. I am an older transsexual and have traveled to many states. Whenever I had a serious issue there was always someone willing to help me. Even though one like me, a visible trans, non-passing, are supposed to be maligned and discriminated against, this fact helps me have hope. Hawaii call me hand medium skin tone. It might not show on the news or even on social media, but the diversity is truly amazing. You can have a group full of different types of people and it's always a good time. I've never been out of the country but I find it neat that we can get a taste of almost everything here. It might not be perfect or authentic but at least we have an idea. For the most part, we are very friendly. You can have a friendly little chat or interaction with a stranger anywhere like you're good friends. I just got back from a 2-week backpacking trip through the Nordics and no offense because I love and respect their culture. I felt completely invisible the entire time. No one is friendly there. Partially because it's considered weird to talk to strangers. But the coldness is palpable. Made me a little relieved to get back to the US where people actually smile or chat with you, instead of just being as cold as possible. Also we tend not to hate tourists because of where they're from, the way that some, definitely not most, but some, people immediately made assumptions about Americans and were actively mean because of it. Like yes, there are some dirtbag American tourists. Unfortunately I've met them. But the vast majority of us are not like that and shouldn't be treated like that immediately. Americans don't really see tourists when they come here and actively try to be mean because of what country the tourist is visiting from. The way some, but not all, Europeans do when they see Americans come and actually meet us. I hear the same shit time and again from people, mostly Germans. You were not what I expected. And we're not. We inundate the world with so much of our pop culture that you might be forgiven for thinking that's what Americans are like. We're actually very baffling and weird. You have to come here to get us. From a European who has lived in America for 5 years. The people are in general lot friendly than us in Europe. Also, it must be respected that America, factually, is the largest free country on earth. Most European countries may it better. But for a single country of 330 million, it is unprecedented. It's crazy how this seemingly innocent question can spark up such a shit ton of controversy. Freedom here. Politics makes it look like we have no freedom of speech or religion, but we do. If the media was reality, a lot of us would be shot dead by now, but it's not, and we have a lot more freedom than people see. Incredible natural beauty and diversity of ecosystems. Can basically get a driver's license with basically no skill. The Second Amendment. As an autistic black man who was not lucky enough to be gifted with the stereotypical black athletics gifts, guns make me feel safe. Children's backpacks capable of stopping bullets from an assault rifle. The Constitution. Although I'm not religious freedom. The Bill of Rights. Innovation. I think USA is pretty great overall compared to the rest of the world outside Europe. Constitution. We have individual rights and the freedom to secure and defend those rights. It's not yours. Have everything. Like seriously, the EV thing. Are you retro game collector? Then you can find. In our country they're only PS4, PS5 and Nintendo Switch. Not just old things, we don't even have Diet Coke.